Anybody who has access to your energy can destiny swap with you. I know it's hard to hear that, but it's the truth. And they don't need an extensive background in the occult, in witchcraft, or in any type of tradition. If their will and their intent is strong enough and you give them just enough access to your life, they can destiny swap with you. And the only way that you can truly ever prevent this from happening is to stop giving them access to your energy. Always watch out for people that are jealous of you. Always watch out for people that do not applaud you when you win. Because these are the people that totally see that you are doing amazing, but they want it for themselves. And guess what? They're gonna treat you like you're nothing special, and that is how they have access to your head. And now they've got you thinking their lies, whether you consciously believe it or subconsciously. And guess what? Your self-doubt is just making their energy stronger on you. So before this gets worse, you need to be honest with yourself about who these people are in your life. Identify them. Because once you kick them out like a bad tenant, that's when you take all of your power back.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Claire Monica and welcome back to Claire Monica Talks. Today we are going to be talking about destiny swapping. This has been a highly recommended video, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. So destiny swapping is when someone intentionally or unintentionally interferes with your life plan. So they may steal your opportunities, your energy, maybe interfere with relationships, try to take your significant other, or even the blessings that were supposed to come to you. And you can see this manifest in your life from constant setbacks, bad luck, unexplained obstacles, loss of motivation with things that used to light you up, losing passion for projects, and so much more. If you want to know if you've ever experienced destiny swapping, just think about if you've ever felt like you've worked hard on something. Have you ever felt like you've worked hard on something and no matter how much you put into it, it just doesn't move or nothing happens in your life, or things aren't moving forward as they should? If that's the case, then someone somehow may be taking what's meant for you. So today we are going to be diving into this very interesting topic. And like this first creator was talking about, the only way people can destiny swap with you is you giving them access. I've spoken about this a lot in previous videos. You have to protect your energy like it's currency, because it is. If you allow low vibrational people to be around you, if you allow jealous people, envious people to be around you, you're literally giving them the ticket, the token to swap destinies with you. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe guys. I'm gonna allow some clips to play and I'll be back for more commentary.
Siren, beware, you're at high risk for destiny swapping. Destiny swapping happens when you have jealous, envious people around you. They see your light, they see your shine, and they want to have that too. And you can tell when someone wants to destiny swap with you when they copy everything you do. From what you wear to what you're involved in, they will mimic your outline. Whatever you do to grab attention for yourself, they will take those same steps to grab attention for themselves. And destiny swappers will reveal themselves. You just have to listen. If they say anything along the lines of, "You're so lucky, I wish I had it that way, why doesn't it happen to me?" And especially, "You get everything you want." Yeah, watch out for those words. The sad reality is this can happen with best friends. The person you feel the most in sync with actually may be the person who wants to take over your life and is studying every move you do.
We live in a day and age where people will come around you, steal your personality, steal who it is that you are, and then think that they're going to be able to beat you at being who you are. Like, they will literally start a competition of seeing who can be the best at being you. And I think that that's very sick. Y'all get on this internet and I don't know, like, do y'all not think that we can see that? Like, I made a video about this not too long ago, but how can you be so blind to the fact that you don't think that other people can't see that shit? That shit is so weird.
Y'all wanted more tea on destiny swapping, so here it is. Destiny swapping can be spiritually or it can be physically. There is nothing flattering about destiny swapping, and it's extremely dangerous because it can go as far as unaliving someone to take over their identity. And this isn't about someone being simply inspired by you. It goes way deeper than that. This is about someone straight up wanting to take over your identity, wanting to replace you and acquire your DNA and live in your skin. An individual can become so obsessed with you to the point that they want to take your light out of you to put it in them. And this is especially true if you're on a higher frequency. And this is why I'm always telling you guys that you need to be careful of what things you put out there, because not only can they use it against you, but they can use it to take over your identity. If you share your goals and ideas, they can literally run with your ideas and go do whatever it is that you were going to do before you get a chance to do it. So now, what are some signs that someone is trying to destiny swap with you? I'll first get into like spiritual signs to look out for, and then I'll go over like the physical signs. If you're experiencing unexplainable frequent headaches over and over again, you're feeling nauseous, you're having stomach pains, and you're just feeling sick and unmotivated, those are signs. If it's hard for you to get out of bed, you're feeling depressed even though you know there's no reason for you to be feeling depressed, but you're feeling depressed, that's a sign. Maybe you're having unexplainable anxiety, that's a sign also. Okay, these are signs that someone is trying to spiritually destiny swap with you. Now, when someone is trying to physically destiny swap with you, you'll notice they might start like imitating your hair color, the way that you dress, the way that you talk, the way you do certain things, you know, your personality, and even getting the same job, same career, and friends as you. Girl, even sleeping with your man. Those are signs of a physical destiny swap. If something always goes wrong when you're happy, that's another sign to look out for, okay? So be wise and don't allow anyone to destiny swap with you. As soon as you see those signs, clock it. And I know you might be asking, well, what do we do when someone is trying to destiny swap with us? Destiny swapping is a form of spiritual warfare. So once you see those signs, cut off access to you immediately. And if you believe in God, understand that you are protected by Him. So do a reverse prayer and pray for God to protect you from destiny swapping.
Amazing. So each of these creators have hit on so many important points. So I'm just going to break down this whole concept. Think about destiny swapping like this. You have a blueprint for your life. You have your unique path, your unique talents, your desires, and your purpose. When someone tries to destiny swap with you, that person tries to get a hold of that blueprint and they start taking your opportunities, they start mimicking you, they copy your presence, your personality. And we've seen this with the Valerie Marquez case, where her best friend allegedly after trying to be exactly like her, unalived her. And now we can see now she's literally morphing into the best friend that was unalived. And essentially they basically take things that are not meant for them and try and make it their own. So these people lack purpose, or these people lack identity, so they try to take yours. And if you're not careful, you can end up being in a situation where they try to take you out, because they, in their heads, they can only be one you, and they'd rather be you than you be you. So they try to take you out. And even if it doesn't get as far as being unalived, people can start smear campaigns. They can try to tarnish your reputation, tarnish your name, whatever they can do to make people see you differently. And you'll notice that suddenly your progress slows down, or your confidence is dropping out of nowhere. You may have worked hard to build your confidence, build your business. Out of nowhere, everything just starts failing. You're just left wondering, why me? And you can find that maybe the person closest to you, or the person trying to destiny swap with you, all of a sudden they have everything that you've ever wanted, everything you wanted, everything you desired, everything you told them about, everything you spoke about wanting to pursue. All of a sudden this person is doing everything and more. Constantly facing delays, no matter how hard you try, feeling drained or overwhelmed or tired for no reason, seeing others succeed in areas that were meant for you. Say, for example, my passion is singing or dancing, and all of a sudden people closest to me start embodying being a singer or a dancer, even though they had no previous desires, no previous inclinations to pursue that path. And then suddenly your dreams are just being blocked repeatedly. All of a sudden everyone starts seeing this other person as the person that will carry out your dream, even though it's been your heart's desire since. But yeah, just like the last creator was saying, you have to protect yourself. You can pray about it, you can journal about it, but I think the best solution is just to cut access altogether and just pray about it. Remind yourself about your life goals, your life desires, and don't let anyone steal your essence. I know for me, I felt so discouraged when I found other people trying to adopt the things that I do, or let's say they start copying my style or my personality or my business ventures, and then it would discourage me to continue to pursue that. But that's literally the trap. That's exactly what they want. They want you to stop so they can be you. I'll be back.
Destiny swappers, they swap destinies with other people. They start talking like them, dressing like them, looking like them. They often have no personality, or they lack identity, or they're lost. A lot of them feel like they are lacking in blessings in their own life. They have misfortunes, or they feel like they have curses on their life, or they lack in motion. So they look for people that are progressive, that have purpose and a calling on their life, and they start studying them. They copy them. They find out those traits about them that is progressive, and then they study and research the person or the people to the T so that they can start embodying those aspects of that person's personality.
Let's just say destiny swapping is a real thing. Certain people could take your destiny, they could take your good luck, they could take all those things from you, man. If you don't protect yourself, you'll give them everything you ever wish for. So you have to protect your energy, man, and they'll give you all their bad luck and all the things that they don't want onto you. Why, when you're around certain people, you start to talk like them, you start to think like them, and they start to talk like you. Y'all can swap destinies, man. Don't shake your other people's hands. Don't be around anybody who, they got nothing to lose and they're gonna try to attack you. And make sure people around you have equal value to you.
Siren, beware of your fans, someone who is a fanatic over you. Beware of the person who has a strong interest or admiration for you. It feels very flattering and validating at first, maybe even well-meaning, someone you can actually trust. Because what's not being said is that you're actually being placed on a pedestal. They look up to you. They want to be you. And instead of taking the time to polish their own shine, they will look up to you as a standard, start competing, and now they're in a competition. And that one-sided competition is far from friendly. You're actually at a risk for destiny swapping. Destiny swapping is extremely insidious, meaning it's gradual, it's subtle, highly covert. Siren, when a fan wants to be you, they will lull you into trusting them while taking action to undermine you, so they can take over your position and effectively stepping into your life.
I know so many peculiar, divine, chosen, specially gifted folks that have allowed their families of origin to snuff out their light, to snuff out their gifts, to snuff out their destiny. Y'all want to talk about destiny swapping? Let's talk about how your family of origin is usually your number one entity that wants to destiny swap with you. Let's talk about how they want to put you into states of indentured servitude, thinking that you're obligated to financially, energetically, and emotionally show up for them. That you're supposed to sacrifice your life for them. Let's talk about how they want to take your light, your gifts, your calling, and feed off of it. They don't even know what to do with it. All they know is that they can feed off of it. Let's talk about that type of destiny swapping, honey. Where they see how light, how bright, how kind, how great you are, how energetically potent you are. And now they've enslaved you out of obligation to work for them. Now you find yourself constantly having to emotionally give and be available. Now you find yourself have to constantly financially give and be available for them. Now you find yourself always having to be the therapist, always having to be the peacemaker, always having to be the one that holds everybody up. Honey, get these claws of these people up out of you. If you're ever going to survive, if you're ever going to thrive, you better learn how to let people go, how to let people live their own life. Let people live in the consequences of their own choices. That is something that you're going to have to learn, even when it comes down to your family of origin, mainly when it comes down to them. Because, like I said, many of them are not operating in higher levels of consciousness. Many of them are not operating at all. Many of them are the NPCs, honey. Many of them are the narcissists, honey. Many of them are the soulless. They're not thinking, honey. They're simply just doing, no thought behind it. And if you allow yourself to be a buffet for them to gorge on energetically, that is what they will do. And this is why it's so important for you to learn boundaries, energetically and physically. There are so many people that have become a sacrifice for their families.
Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Boundaries are the most important thing when it comes to destiny swapping. If you don't have, I'm going to keep saying this, if you don't protect yourself, if you don't protect your energy, like these last creators were saying, people will leech off your energy. People will build their careers based on your energy. People will build their identity around with your energy. And I think a lot of people may object to destiny swapping and say it's not a thing, or like a thing, or to say that, or may say that it's not a thing, or to say that no one can actually steal your destiny. But as these creators have pointed out, it's as simple as mimicking you. It's as simple as adopting your mannerisms, adopting the way you speak, the way you work, your craft, your interests, your dislikes, the men you date or the women you date, the house you live in, the car you have. It starts with these little things, and it's very easy to mistake this for admiration or someone just looking up to you or someone just seeing you as a role model. But things can get dangerous very quickly, like I referenced earlier, the Valeria Marquez case. And people that destiny swap with you, a lot of the time it may not have malicious intent, but it doesn't stop the fact that they're trying to become everything you are, everything you're supposed to be. And I have a story time when I had a relative who had no interest in the things that I had interest in. They wanted a whole career in the medical field, let's say. And all of a sudden, this person was adapting and copying everything I was doing, to everything that I was doing, to the music I'd listen to the things I'd wear. And it's funny because the same person or these same people tend to make fun of what you like, or they tend to speak down, or I think they call it negging, where they try to chip down your confidence, but then you find them adapting or doing the exact same things, if not more. And it's crazy because this person used to be literally one of my biggest supporters, my biggest fans, then overnight just became my biggest hater, or my biggest, literally trying to smear my name, smear my reputation, but then trying to be exactly like me. And that's when I realized, when people try to destiny swap with you, they will take everything they want, take everything they need to learn from you, and when they're done, they'll discard you. And people can go as far as unaliving you, but if they don't go that far, like I said earlier, they will smear your name. They will try to recruit people to dislike you, recruit people to start hate trains against you or whatever. And you need to look out for this. Yeah, but just remember that destiny swapping works because you allow it, whether it's through doubt, fear, or lack of awareness. But once you reclaim your energy and protect your life path, you stop giving space for others to interfere, and your destiny is yours, and no one else can take it unless you let them. No one else can take it unless you give them the doorway, the foothold to do that.
What do you call those people that rush and do everything you said you were going to do before you do it?
I have a direct experience with this to the most extreme form, okay? Listen to a person who has had this to the highest degree, okay? It started off as a friend, you know. She wasn't a good friend to other people, but we was cool, you know? And we have two completely different ideologies. That's what makes this whole thing so weird. Like, she is clearly all baddie aesthetic. Like, our conversations consist of her getting a rich and marrying for money, and she ain't got time for that love stuff, and woo-woo-woo, just hear me. So it started with this dude, right? She swore he looked like a Neanderthal, ill, like she was using him for whatever, blah, blah, blah. At this stage, I was talking to my man. We was talking about getting married. We was going to go to the courthouse. I had told her we was going to go on a cruise for our honeymoon. Like, you know, just gave her a layout of basically what I was going to do. I kid you not, 2 to 3 weeks later, she was getting engaged to the Neanderthal child. I didn't even feel no type of way because it was just funny to me how it was happening. She gets engaged. She tells me basically what I told her. Yeah, we're just gonna go to a courthouse. Mind you, this is the person who has always talked about the money, having an extravagant wedding. Like, we're polar opposites. But I guess all that went out the window when she seen I was moving. She got engaged before me, married before me, and then even when we stopped being friends, I noticed, her honeymoon was on a cruise. Yeah, I'm married and stuff now, y'all. It don't even matter, but it was just so funny at the time, like how it was all working out. I just straight cut her off because it was just like, it was freaky to me, and I didn't know what that can look like in the long run. So I just cut it off, moved on. You know what I'm saying? Wishing all well to her, because I'm like, none of those things were authentic. She seems like she's doing good, so I just hope that she got out of that and she's moving forward. Amen.
And I'm gonna tell you like this, right? You inspire people without even knowing this shit, right? I'm gonna tell you just like this. Like, there's people who watch you. Doesn't even have to be in a specific area or a place. There are people who watch you simply to study you, my dude. They study you and they try to see, like, all right, what's this person doing? how they making this move and this and that. You don't have to be famous. You could be a local Joe. You know what I'm saying? You could just be an average Joe. And somebody might see something about you that you have that has that little spark. They're like, yo, like, how does this, right? And they'll start picking your brain a little bit if they're actually, like, you know, ballsy enough. But some of them will actually just see you from a distance and try to copy and do what you do. I remember, bro, like, I never forget, I had a coworker who was trying to copy my personality, bro. Just trying to destiny swap with me. You know what I'm saying? He was on some, yo, bro, pull me to the side a little bit. Like, yo, like, how, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you natural like this? Like, are you always, like, just in your own, like, little zone? You don't really care what, you seem like you don't really care about what other people think. I'm just like, yo, I'm just chilling, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get through the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about what other people was thinking about me and whatever. I got that I want to work on. At the time, I was just starting to get some traction on the TikTok channel, you know what I'm saying? So I was really just, you know, just brainstorming different ideas. And what it was is, like, he started to, like, act a little sway, like, kind of like how I used to act, you know what I'm saying? We're very, like, I was very reserved to myself. I very much didn't really talk unless I found something interesting to talk about, or I just didn't force any conversation or whatever, right? And that was very intimidating to people that I used to work with, you know? And I didn't get it at first when I started to get it, because what happened was he took that conversation, what I was saying, and then he started to implement that same embodiment in those characteristics that I was doing. So he would try to purposely start a conversation with me and then be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, cool, whatever, right? And I'm like, why is this trying to act like me? Like, I'm not doing this on purpose, but you're clearly doing this on purpose, because that's just how I act, you know what I'm saying? If something interesting here sparks my mind, I'm gonna speak and get my insight, whatever, right? But while you're talking and stuff like that, I'm listening, I'm like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever, right? And I'm like, you don't normally do these mannerisms and project yourself with that type of vocal tonality. So I'm like, who the f are you trying to emulate? I'm like, yo, you're trying to emulate me. After that conversation, you're trying to emulate me. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I realized, like, some people really want what you can't, what you have, right? But he started to get upset because he thought doing that towards me would make me upset. I'm like, no, I get it. Like, you like my personality. Like, whatever you saw in that, you liked it. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to hone it for yourself. But because it's not naturally you, you felt frustrated because you didn't grasp my attention or make me feel a type of way like I make you feel. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. But don't try to, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to destiny swap. And that's why I say you're trying to destiny swap. Because if you see somebody and you like them and certain parts of their personality, it's cool to like that, right? But to try to do the same exact thing the other doing is crazy. Like, put your variation on it. Don't, like, I remember the, you know, the that be on TikTok, they be like, still bud, you know what I'm saying? Still bud, right? There's some other black that's copying his content. And I'm like, yo, bro, like, it's cool to be inspired, but to take his formula and like the still good, not even remix it, just do the same exact thing, that is crazy to me. You're trying to destiny swap with it, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't have to be just your fans and people that like it's just regular people, bro. Like, people will try to destiny swap with you all the time because they see something in you and they try to embody that same shit, but you can't outdo the originator. The person who made the shit happen is the person for a reason. He or she is the creator. When you try to do the same thing they do, you're just a number two. You know what I'm saying? That's why Lady Gaga, when she first came out, and it was comparing her to Madonna and shit like that. She's like, nah, like, I fuck Madonna, but like, I got my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can all be inspired. I got my own shit. But guess what? Like, it's like the A Boogie, Lil TJ, right? Lil TJ for a while used to be an A Boogie shadow. The only way he got out of it was kind of adding his own variation. Before a while, right? He was A Boogie number 2, and you can't beat number 2, and that's why you had to get out that little shadow and do your own. The people that try to carbon copy other people, they never go farther than the person that they're copying. It's impossible. He's the originator. Why would I go with Pepsi if I'm drinking Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola is the originator. You feel me? So that's it for the video. Hope you guys find some value in it, and peace.
There you have it, guys. Destiny swapping. You have to learn to protect yourself and protect your plans. Your life goals, your dreams are literally only you and God's business. You and God, the universe, whatever you believe in, that's all you needs to know. I don't care if it's you starting a business, you trying to get a license, you trying to get a job, or maybe building a platform. You have to keep those plans close to your chest, okay? Some of the creators in the last clips were mentioning how some people, as soon as you tell them their plans, or as soon as you tell them your plans, they rush to try outdo you or try to compete with you. And I remember this so vividly in my life. All of the story is protect your plans, protect your energy, protect your dreams, protect your goals, because people that are threatened by you, jealous of you, they're going to try to outdo you. They're going to try to do you better than you, even though that's very much impossible. Like the last man was saying, you're always going to be number 2. You're always going to be second in command, because the blueprint is the blueprint. The original is the original. But if you're not careful, people will try to take you out. People try to take you out so they become the original. Even though they still won't be, they'll do everything they can to give the impression that they are the original they are. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Comment down below if you've ever experienced destiny swapping, or you think you've experienced destiny swapping. And yeah, let's just talk about it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah.